Wayne stuff. Some been hitting me like, ignore it, fly over it, don't even talk about it. But that's not like who I am or how I am. When I got an issue, I'd rather over communicate on how I feel and how it make me feel. I don't even like want the energy of debating Wayne's legacy to be around me.
Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another episode. And today we've got even more updates dropping that you don't want to...
In my journey where I had grew a disdain for Wayne just because I start listening to everything. Like I start maturing as a human and I'm like, damn, this wasn't talking about nothing.
All right, fam, here's the latest. We've got rappers throwing shade at Lil Wayne's music, and it's sparking major debate. Joe Budden jumped in and wasn't holding back, even when Eminem got dragged for lacking content. On top of that, the 2025 rankings for the world's top rappers just dropped, and let me tell you, some surprises came out. There's also a curveball tied to Eminem's ex, adding fuel to the fire. And of course, the Lil...
He maybe didn't have the deepest content in his raps, but that's okay. There's mad rappers that don't have the deepest content in their raps sometimes.
He's done all of that. Wayne's first album got a song called The World. Go listen to Russell. Very first album. He's talking about as a child and raising a child and my girl's family putting me on child support and I'm a kid. Like he spoke on life shit and he rapped. But I understand his take. I have a very similar take about Eminem where you get very deep and introspective when you want to, but a lot of the times you're just rapping about how good you can rap. You get both ends of the spectrum, but you don't get to just
discredit. You said you have a similar take about Eminem?
Yes.
Eminem's made a lot of raps about raps.
Yes.
Most rappers have made a lot of raps about raps. He also has a lot of
I understand
deep
that.
songs.
I get that. That's why I get where Ice was trying to go. He also probably has more introspective songs than most. That's why I was thrown off by your take.
He has more I'm not going to say than most. He has some of the better introspective songs, but if you look at his entire
Why would
catalog,
you say than most?
I think a lot of the rappers that have been at that level for a long time have more interest. Like Hove has more introspective songs than
I don't know if that's true.
I don't know if that's true.
To me, we want to somebody count them up.
Now, this is totally subjective, but from my perspective, having listened to both Eminem and Jay-Z for years, content-wise, Eminem takes it by a mile. And I'm not just talking deep cuts. Even his most popular track on YouTube right now is packed with content. Jay, on the other hand, often raps about aspirational lifestyles, where people dream of being, what wealth looks like, and the fantasy of power and luxury. Sure, 99.99% of us will never rent the Louvre for a video shoot, but Jay lets fans imagine that world. His music is the perfect outlet for wealth.
Still think M got a lot, way more than Wayne.
In the later part of M's career, it became a lot of just rapping about how well I rap.
That is true.
And a lot of that turned off a lot of people. But again, you stop, and I think the same thing happened to Wayne. You stop really experiencing a lot of things because you're so rich and successful and you can't do shit. You kind of live in your bubble. You can't experience life no more. So what am I gonna rap about? How much better at it I am than the rest of you.
I believe that we are in the middle of some type of Lil Wayne hate train out there in the world.
But getting back on track, they kept the conversation rolling. And I have to agree, especially after that whole Kendrick Lamar and Super Bowl situation, which had a ton of rap fans picking sides.
There in the world, like you can feel that differently than you felt it before, like with all of the Super Bowl talk, with that last album he put out.
And the one before, because that's where it starts.
There is a Lil Wayne hate train going on, one. Two, maybe Lil Russell does not know that there's a large portion of the internet that is doing this Rock Nation, Young Money thing.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's also...
So what it looks like is immediately after you get with Rock Nation...
you start. Lil Russell being independent signing with a major cool. Lil Russell being independent signing with Rock Nation paints a totally different taste in people's mouths because already there's this Rock Nation hate. So just being attached to them, now you take that and the next viral clip we see is you shitting on Wayne.
He not shitting on him though, I get it.
The way that clip came out.
I don't think him posting the long clip changed what the other clip said. Like you just told us how much you love Lil Wayne. Granted, but You said what you said, and I think this is LaRussell's first foray into seeing how clip culture works.
What I don't like is the revisionist history part. Because what happens is what a lot of the fans do is once you're on the downside of that career arc that you spoke of, then they act like you were never hot.
Correct.
We've seen it happen with 50. We've seen it happen with
Ja.
Nelly, with Ja. Now it's Wayne's turn with M. Like everybody, once they off you, you were never hot. Like people are like, we're not gonna sit here and let y'all rewrite history. Wayne was the hottest thing smoking for a period of time.
And that's on the Wayne side of things, right? Like you make a lot of great points. But taking Wayne out of this, and the consumer may not get it, the artists, the entertainers, the MCs, the rappers, and maybe some people gotta learn this, you gotta earn the right to even talk about people.
But what about you? Do you buy into the whole Lil Wayne hate train narrative? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We also got more from Mickey Facts, the same rapper who caught heat a while back for saying Eminem wasn't a battle rapper. So yeah, he's no stranger to getting roasted by the hip-hop community.
Yo, back with another facts check, this time from LaRussell and his comments on Lil Wayne. I had grew a disdain for Wayne. I started listening to everything. Like, I started maturing as a human, and I'm like, damn, this wasn't talking about nothing. Yo, let me explain something to you, LaRussell. Respectfully, I think you're a very talented artist. I think what you're doing for independent artists is something that we've never really seen before since Nipsey, and even since the blog era, and even going further back to your Bay Area hero, Too Short. See, the issue with what you're saying is Lil Wayne, regardless of how you feel from a maturing standpoint, and it's your opinion, is still a legend. He still done did things and wanted to just have fun. So a lot of his stuff that people are referencing is from the freestyles, him just flexing his pen. He has records that literally talk about substance. But at the end of the day, Weezy's gonna do what Weezy's gonna do, the same way Too Short is gonna do what Too Short's. Where is the substance in Too Short's music? And I love Too Short. You understand what I'm saying? Every album is not gonna just be filled with substance unless you're listening to a Mos Def or a Common. You know what I'm saying? Or even like a Nas. Nas is gonna have substance, but there are artists that we love that are not gonna have substance all the time. It's entertainment, bruh. You can be entertained by the lyrics, you can be entertained by the song, you can be entertained by the beat, you can be entertained by the hook, the brashness of it. We are not one monolith. And to also think that his music damaged the community, I don't know. I really don't know. People were influenced by him, sure, to be artists. But come on, man. Like, what are we doing here, bruh? He put two of the best artists on in the 2010s, bruh. This is Lil Wayne. I feel like if you want to talk about something, now you're talking about substance, all your records gotta have substance now. Now you gotta have substance because you put that on a legend. Shout out to Wayne. What are y'all thoughts below? This is just me off the cuff. I've been seeing it for the past 2 days. I don't know, LaRussell. I don't know, gang. You should just do a video apologizing, bro. Just be like, yo, my bad, man. That's his art, bro. It's his art, man. Let that do what he want to do, bro. If he want to talk about getting high and drinking and hitting every girl in the world, let him do what he do. That's Wayne, bro. That's what we know Wayne for, bro. That's what he did. And you get older and you see, oh, okay, it wasn't. All right, cool. But he could rap, though. How about that? What y'all thoughts below, man? Pendulum Ink and the Patreon is getting ready to launch. Make sure y'all sign up. We got all kind of tiers. What y'all think below?
And based on the fact that LaRussell has been received.
And recently, Mickey Facts weighed in on LaRussell. Considering LaRussell has been catching major heat for his Lil Wayne takes from fans and fellow rappers alike, Facts announced he's officially waving the white flag on the whole debate.
Wayne stuff. Some been hitting me like, ignore it, fly over it, don't even talk about it. But that's not like who I am or how I am. When I got an issue, I'd rather over communicate on how I feel and how it make me feel. I don't even like want the energy of debating Wayne's legacy to be around me. This is really a war of perspectives. I meant no malice. Like, I love Lil Wayne. I would never diss that legacy. Like, that mean too much to me, right? But that's me living in me. Like, I know when I said it, I meant that. But perspective is key, because how it's received don't always be how you sent it. If you offend a, you have no jurisdiction or right to be like, well, I didn't mean that, so you can't be offended. The punch landed on me and I'm offended, you know, and I respect that and I empathize for that, because if I was on the other end, I could see how one could take it as such. I don't even want taking my side. My personal opinion of my experience wasn't to be taken as the world's experience. But that's a flaw in me, because I could have used better words to explain what I was trying to say. The ego in me is always like, I'm not gonna apologize for some shit I went wrong. I went wrong, you feel me? But the human in me that's growing is like, it don't matter if you feel like you was wrong. Someone was offended by your actions, and that's what warrants an apology. So Wayne, if this reached your life in any way, I truly apologize, because that's not my intention at all. I love you, and I honor what you do in your legacy. If it didn't reach you, thank God, because this some bullshit. On social media on some bullshit. And you know what's crazy? I ain't no sellout. I ain't in the Illuminati. I still live in my community. I just came from my mama crib. If anything, you should celebrate a champion. I made it from my backyard as myself with integrity. I take care of my children. I'm doing nothing but outputting good into the world where I could. I'm not a you gotta call out his name. You ain't gotta talk about my beard. You ain't gotta say I can't rap.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
None of that even necessary. But I get it. Like, what you said wasn't necessary. And I empathize on that. I get all the uproar, but like, I truly meant no malice. Wayne, come to the backyard. Or you could be like, fuck you, after all that. And I accept that too. I accept both of those. But I love you, and we would love to have you in the backyard with the choir and the band and do something special. All my legends mean something to me, and I would love that. But I also understand it was like, fuck you too. But real out, we done. White flag. I don't want online debate. But what could be cool though is seeing the influx of streams in his catalog, and I think that's a beautiful thing that rallied around like, nah, we ain't disrespecting Wayne, because I fucking agree. I wouldn't be the rapper I am today without him. So I don't even mind being on the other end of this if the result is realizing how special Wayne was and what he contributed to this shit. And some gonna see this video and be like, nah, fuck you, stand on what you said. And it's like, all right, helmet, you know, and it's all good. I have nothing but love. I don't have no malice in my heart. Like, I hate that this moment even made me like feel like it activated my ego, where I felt like I had to defend myself through my skill. And it's like, I never want my life to be me versus Wayne, me versus none of that. You know, I really didn't think I was this impactful, honestly. Like, it's crazy because this whole time been telling me like, fuck you, you ain't shit, you ain't nothing, you don't even deserve to talk about him. But if I didn't matter, it wouldn't matter. And for y'all who was saying that old sick ass hating shit too, if I'm unqualified to critique Wayne, you are definitely unqualified to critique me.
Oh, but here's the thing. The rap fans didn't start this. You did. You threw Lil Wayne under the bus out of nowhere. And it didn't help that reports say you had just signed with Jay-Z before dropping that take. Think about the optics for a second. Sign with Hav, then randomly delete Wayne's catalog. You don't have to be a genius to know fans are going to read that a certain way. With everything going on in hip-hop over the past few years, many argue that rap fans are more than justified in calling him out. And if you remember, even Joe Budden made a similar point after Game reviewed J.
Code with active artists.
Yep, I agree.
I think there's certain bylaws that you have to abide by as an active artist. If you have a relationship with this person, you can give them your real critique behind the scenes. When you do it publicly, it looks performative, 1. 2, MC critique is not going to be like any other critique, so you're putting this out for public consumption.
All right, let's break this down. Here's a trick question for you. Would you say you're closer to LaRussell than he is to Lil Wayne? Honestly, you could argue none of us could name all of Wayne's tracks, so we're all in the same boat. But jokes aside, some Wayne fans aren't letting this slide. Nope, LaRussell was 95% off on a lazy take he parroted from somewhere else. And if people agreed with him, we wouldn't even be talking about it. And this isn't the first time he's dragged Wayne. He's been repeating this nonsense. Cook this weak rapper some more. And let's be real, Wayne's been a mainstream force since the late 90s. His 1999 debut went platinum in the US, so LaRussell should have known better before speaking. Now, some rap fans are even saying they're avoiding anything from him. But what do you think? Moving on, TMZ dropped news about Eminem's ex-wife. According to court records, she's facing legal trouble over a car crash. Kim is charged with operating a vehicle while intoxicated and failing to stop or identify after causing property damage, both misdemeanors, sources tell TMZ. The chaos reportedly happened around 8 p.m. on Monday. Kim had just left her home with her son, Parker, and 3 friends to go shopping when she allegedly hit a parked car and didn't stop. Instead, she tried to pull into her driveway and crashed her Range Rover into the garage door. Her attorney, Michael Smith, tells TMZ she hasn't been arrested yet and isn't aware of any active warrant, but she'll turn herself in if one is issued. He adds that Kim is a good person and a beautiful human being.